Thursday, January 23rd, um, went to Aqueduct, the start of the New York racing week, and made selections for race 5. Unfortunately, two horses were scratched out of the 5th race. Neither of my top two selections were scratched. They both ran, but it certainly changed the complexion of the race and certainly changed the odds of the race quite a bit by having less runners. It turned out to be a 5-horse field. And my top pick, number 3, proved worthy as they were going into the gate. It was at 6-5 odds, and I didn't think that was good value at all. Sometimes 6-5 is wonderful value if you think the horse really should be 3-5. I didn't think that was the case with Prove Worthy in this particular race. And my second choice, number 5, Confabulation, was 9-2, which are probably honest odds for him. But when I thought about it and said, well, bet Confabulation at 9-2, and what if Prove Worthy wins, and I look pretty foolish. So made life really easy and just went with my top pick and said, no, not good enough value. I'm going to take a pass. And as it turned out, Prove Worthy really kind of struggled to get up and finish second, but well beaten by 6 lengths by the number 6 Bold Endeavor, as you can see on the results chart there. So it's part of horse racing, and if you really want to do yourself a favor and give yourself the best chance of showing a long-term profit, it's really about betting when you get good value. And I have no idea what the value would be like the night before when I handicap. You have to pay attention to the minutes leading up to the race. So the bankroll hasn't changed. No wager for the day, and we'll just move on to Friday. And actually, overall, the Aqueduct card proved very, very tough for my selections. Out of the 8 races, I just had one top winner, and that paid $360 in the 6th race, and had a second choice winner in the 2nd race, and a third choice winner there in the 5th race. Proved worthy. The winner was my third choice on my tout sheet that's available on my website. So I encourage everybody to go over, take a look at my website. It's absolutely free to register, become a member. And I always give away my unique sire, broodmare sire, and trainer stats for the track that I'm making selections for on these YouTube videos. You can go to my website, register for free, get these statistical reports for the entire card for that track for free, and start incorporating these stats into your own handicapping. That's really what it's all about. So for Friday, we'll go to race number 7 at Aqueduct, where my top pick will be part of the entry, the 1A, Hours in a Day. And my second choice will be number 3, Holton. Hours in a Day, last time out, stalked the early pace very early on, but then pretty soon made a move towards the lead and ended up winning by 5 lengths at this mile distance. And what's even more impressive is that was the first start after breaking his maiden at a mile and an eighth. So this 4-year-old colt really seems to be on the improve, and no surprise that trainer Linda Rice puts this 4-year-old colt in an allowance of $50,000 starter for 4-year-olds and up, which have started for a claiming price of 50,000 or less, and which have never won a race other than maiden or claiming. So this colt certainly fits the conditions, and he's by Gun Runner. And on the sire stats there, you see Gun Runner, most recent 3 years, 158 previous winners of this type of race, which is race for older horses on dirt, and it's not a maiden race. And 44% of those 158 winners came at the 8 to 8.5 furlong distance, while the average is 32. So obviously, distance is no problem. 64% of those 158 winners came when the purse is greater than $50,000, and that ranks best amongst the sires in this field. The layoff figure of 161 is 61% above the average for getting winners on 37 to 60 days rest. So very solid stats for hours in a day. The sire report, and we go over to the broodmare sire report, and see that the broodmare sire is Stormy Atlantic, who's had 328 previous winners of this type of race. The distance is fine at 30%. The purse is okay at 22%, certainly good enough. And the layoff is right about average at 105. Remember that 100 is exactly average, 50 would be half of average, and 200 would be twice the average, and so on. So, in looking to see how this colt has run on 37 to 60 days rest, the last time he did was back on September 28th, going on 42 days rest, going a mile on a sloppy track. He was still a maiden at that point, and he rallied to finish second and got claimed out of that race. So that was certainly a good effort, no doubt. It's when this colt was really starting to find his good form, and I'm looking for improvement again tomorrow. And we go over to the trainer report, and the trainer is Linda Rice, and 223 previous winners of this type of race over the most recent 3 years, and 36% at the distance, 67% when the purse is greater than 50,000, and the layoff figure of 155, or 55% above the average for getting those winners on 37 to 60 days rest. So I will say there appears to be a fair amount of early speed in the race, and this colt recently has um, been showing early speed, but he has also shown the ability to run well from coming off the early pace. So, and he does have an entry mate, so there is that. So once again, race 7 tomorrow at Aqueduct. My top pick, uh, number 1A, Hours in a Day. Number 3, Holton is my second pick. So wishing you a great Friday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.